Hey there, Lucas here from ecommerce, and in this video I'm going to cover how we went from 5.6k per month in email revenue to over 80k in less than 7-8 days. Here, as you can see, this is a kind of a case study breakdown of the partnership between us and Spread and Milk. Here you see the before. So from April 10th till May 10th, they made around 5.6k in email revenue while doing around 116k in total revenue. After, which is basically the period between the May 17th and August 2nd, obviously those are not the same periods, but here you can see we've done around 80k in revenue and 30.8% of that is attributed to Klaviyo. In this document, I'm going to pull the curtains behind our ethical way of going from 4.85% of attributed email revenue to 30% plus in less than 45 days, generating over 80k in additional revenue for Sweat and Milk in 78 days. I'm going to cover the flows we focused at, the pop-up offer, the campaign strategy, and our deliverability protocol. Let's start. So before working with e-commerce, Sweat and Milk, they basically sell sport bras for nursing mothers, and they haven't really been doing any email marketing at all for like several years there in the game. But this year, Lucy, which is the founder of Sweat and Milk, she decided to change that and partner up with a different agency than ours, trying to scale up the email revenue. This partnership turned out to be disappointingly slow, taking a month to produce a total of around 8 emails. And the first time we spoke with Lucy, she said she was like really interested in our work, but she said that she's currently working with someone, but they are like really slow in communication, and also they have like this weird setup where they only have a dedicated amount of emails that they can produce on a weekly basis, which was super low. I told her that I have never seen something like that, or at least that's not how we operate. We operate really, really fast. We communicate all the time. And that's what she basically loved to see from like a partner. So that's why she kind of decided to stop the working relationship with the other agency after 30 days. And then we started working together from 10th of May onwards. They needed to kind of find a reliable partner to boost their email marketing efforts, and they found us. I gave her an entire 30 plus minute audit on what we would adjust in a game plan that looked promising. She took the leap and we partnered up around the 10th of May, as I said. The audits that I usually do is they are not like fluff. They are like literally going through the entire backend, going through deliverability, going through campaign structures, going through segmentation, going through flows, going through like literally the entire account and how we can actually come up with something that provides more value. That's what's currently being done. It took us around 5 working days to prepare the entire co-setup of flows, including welcome flow, abundant checkout, abundant cart, browser benefit, and thank you sequence. So the whole philosophy how I run the agency is that we want to get the first win for our customers immediately. This could be a campaign being sent out. I think the first campaign we sent out on the second day of like working together, and the entire flows were live within 5 working days, like literally with like 3 to 4, even 5 emails in each flow. So that's what we focus on, and this resulted in a 333 increase. So that's like quadruple, I think, increase of email revenue in the first month of partnering up. So we went from 5.6k to 24.3k, which is, as you can see here, a 333% uplift versus the previous period. At that time, it was 21.7% of total revenue. The next thing, I mean, the call flow setup is live. We send out campaigns all the time. The next step that we took a look at is the deliverability, because in my opinion, this is something that not a lot of people know about or like talk about or like actually want to focus at, but we needed to fix the deliverability. So the prior agency, they blasted every campaign out to the entire list. As you can see here, I'm not showing the name, but basically they sent out a campaign to the master list, which is basically everyone. And they got 17% open rate and around 9K in people actually opening the emails. So they just blasted to everyone, and the open rates were even lower than 20%. We knew this needed to change. So what we did, we first of all moved back to an engaged segment approach while waiting for a good timing to move to a dedicated sending domain. Why do we need to like wait for good timing? We had a few promos coming up. So after those promos, then we decided, okay, let's make a cut here, and then focus on warming up the domain, because this is something that you need to do if you move over to a dedicated sender domain. You cannot blast to everyone immediately. You start with 30 days, then you bump up to 45 days depending on your stats, but you can even start with 14 days first campaign, 30 days, 45, 60, 90, 120, and then you can start slowly ramping up the segmentation. Yeah, basically we knew this needed to change, waited for the timing. At the time here, we basically doubled the open rates from like 17 to 35 just by literally not sending to the entire list, but the 120 engaged. The people actually opening the emails was quite lower, but that was fine, because in my opinion, what we need to take a look at is also like who we are sending to that is not opening the emails, because the more we send to those people, the worse it is for our deliverability. This can be bounces, dead email inboxes, whatever. Basically, people not being interested in the products anymore. After adjusting and putting in our segmentation protocol, we got the same amount of recipients opening while maintaining healthy open rates, double the original numbers, to boost deliverability. Once we found a good timing to move over to a dedicated sending domain, we started to warm up the domain again, and we went from 9K in recipients opening our emails to 25K within less than 60 days. Here you can see the last email that we sent out while not being on a dedicated server domain. And this was the last email that we recently sent out like 2 weeks ago to the catch-all, which is basically the master list that they sent out to. So this is the same list. And we went from 70% open rate, 9,000 people opening, to almost 61% and 25,000 people opening the emails. As you can see here, the click-through rate also doubled. The revenue generated, I think the offers were pretty much the same, and we tripled the amount of people buying and the revenue from one campaign just by, in my opinion, adjusting the deliverability. So if you haven't touched that at all when it comes to your emails, please start to think about how you can actually boost the deliverability. So we kept a healthy 60% open rate while it was a blast to the entire list. But we set it up in a way that we wanted to have that. So we knew, okay, we warmed it up, we have the deliverability fixed, and we also decided to run a plain text email. So those usually tend to have better open rates. So that's why we did that way, is to funnel people back into the engaged segments. And now we average around 16, 18, 20K opens on engaged 90 days or something. So we basically did this through our email deliverability protocol that I kind of covered in this video. I also have some additional resources if you want to check them out. Here's kind of Be the King of the Inbox, unveiling the mystery of email deliverability that can double your e-commerce revenue, as we did for Sweat and Milk. Our campaign strategy, to be honest, it's pretty simple because we had a lot of sales. So the more sales we have, the less we get creative, because we just focus on the sale, right? So usually our campaign schedule so far looked like the following. So we have social proof campaigns, blog articles, and value emails for nursing moms to nurture those people. Then we have some new arrivals back in stock campaigns, because we have products that are back in stock, or we have new products, new colors, and then basically sales email. And then sometimes we have kind of personal plain text emails from Lucy, the founder, which, as you can see here, performed really, really good. That's pretty much it. Due to that, we haven't been able to test a lot of pop-up offers, but so far we're running with 10% off. So when it comes to pop-up offers, I'm a big proponent of literally A/B testing everything when it comes to the pop-up form. So 10% off versus $10 off versus giving something for free versus mystery gift versus whatever it is. Basically find something that is high in perceived value, a high in sign-up rate, and also high in profit, because in the end, that's kind of what matters, right? But we had a couple of promos where the pop-up form that we had was basically just restating the offer that we're running, and the performance was pretty decent, to be honest. So that's why we haven't been able to A/B test a pop-up form, a more fancier pop-up form. Since it's still quite early, this is the expected plan for the future, just so you can understand that we do not stop at those, at those stats. I definitely want to A/B test a few pop-up offers. I definitely want to test different offers during promotions, because right now the majority of promos that we ran was literally just, hey, get whatever percentage off. Prior to Black Friday and Cyber Monday, I want to A/B test like a different offers. For example, a buy two get three, like all these different offers that you can run. But yeah, we need to test prior to Black Friday and Cyber Monday to know what kind of offers the best performing one. The next one, I want to A/B test and optimize existing call flows. This is something that hasn't been done that much yet, just because of the limited time that we have. I also want to have review requests to Klaviyo and not any other platform, just because it's just super helpful to have everything within Klaviyo and one platform to adjust things and to work with the incentive and play around with that stuff. Immediate upsell flow. The other agency had one. It didn't perform good. Sometimes we have those immediate upsells, sometimes we don't. Based off the stats from the other agency, I turned it off just because it was way too much for the potential customer. So we reduced that, but it is something on the agenda that we would love to test at a different stage with our designs and our copywriting, because we're just the best. After 80 days of working together, just to remind you, we are at a healthy 30% plus on email revenue, and this is excluding SMS revenue, which comes on top of all of that. So we are here last 30 days, July 3rd to August 2nd, 32.66%, 35,000 in email revenue. Conclusion: in today's cutthroat e-commerce landscape, having the right partner can make or break your success. Our partnership with Sweater Milk proved the importance of a reliable and efficient collaborator. Basically, there are agencies out there that will get you like 20%, and you think this is great because you think, oh my gosh, 20% is really good. But there's more that you can do. So find a partner that is like reliable, that is also fast in communication and also fast in execution, and then just trust those people, because this is literally how we work and how we save those businesses. We save them precious time, money, and resources while igniting their growth, even in the face of rising CPAs and CPMs, especially like going into Q4. Everything is going to be way more expensive, so we want to get some people on the list right now to then remarket them during Black Friday and Cyber Monday. Do you want the same success like Sweater Milk? Within the first 70 days, we increased the annual revenue by 437%. Or Kitchen Craft, they do around 5 million per year. We gave them a 284% revenue boost between the first 30 days of working together. Or you want to be MDNT45.com, we grew their email revenue to 50%, coming from emails after putting in our Black Friday strategy last November. So if that's something that you're looking for, schedule a call and claim your order here. I basically go through like the entire account that you're currently running, go through everything, give you a step-by-step guidance. You can either run with it and keep spinning your wheels and try to do that what I would do, or you can just feel free to have an expert on their side and just let them do everything. And that's what I would do if I would be you. But here are some additional resources: the ethical way to outcompete and steal market share from your competitors this Black Friday and Cyber Monday period, and be the king of the inbox, unveiling the mystery of email deliverability that can double your e-commerce revenue. This is everything I wanted to cover in this video. I hope you got a better understanding of how we went from 5.6K to over 80K in attributed revenue in less than 78 days. I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Talk soon, and I wish you a wonderful rest of the day. Bye-bye. Take care.